Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, do I still look beautiful? Or maybe you've caught yourself thinking, do people even notice me anymore? If you have, you're not alone. And more importantly, you might be more attractive than you ever thought. In fact, I'm willing to bet that right now, there are people who secretly admire you. They notice things about you that you don't even see in yourself. It might sound unbelievable, but stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll prove it to you. And the last sign on this list. It's the one that will change the way you see yourself forever. But before we go any further, let's talk about something that nobody likes to admit. Somewhere along the way, society convinced us that beauty has an expiration date. That after a certain age, we should fade into the background, blend in, and accept that our best years are behind us. Maybe you've even started to believe that yourself. But what if I told you that's a lie? What if I told you that aging doesn't make you less attractive? What if, instead, it makes you more captivating in ways that younger women can't even compete with? That might not be what we've been taught to believe, but the truth is, real beauty isn't about youth. It's about something much deeper. The way you carry yourself, the experiences that shaped you, the quiet confidence in your presence, these are things that can't be faked, and they certainly can't be replicated by someone who hasn't lived as much as you have. Let's be honest. When you walk into a room, people might not immediately say, "Wow, look at her." But they feel something. There's an energy, an aura, a quiet magnetism that comes from a woman who knows exactly who she is. Think about it. When you see a woman who moves with grace, who smiles with warmth, who carries herself with confidence, doesn't she stand out? Even if she's not the youngest or the most conventionally beautiful person in the room, she draws people in. Now, what if I told you that you might be that woman? That right now, there are people who look at you with admiration, noticing the things that make you unique and beautiful in a way that no one else can replicate. The problem is, most women don't see it in themselves. We're too busy focusing on our so-called flaws, the wrinkles, the gray hairs, the things that society tells us to fix or hide. But those very things, they might just be part of what makes you stunning. So how do you know if you're one of those women who still turn heads without even realizing it? There are 12 undeniable signs, and as we go through them, I want you to think about how many of them apply to you. You might be surprised. And remember, the last sign is the most powerful of them all. It might just change everything you thought you knew about beauty. Let's begin. Let's start with the foundation of true beauty, confidence. You've heard it before, but let's be real for a second. Confidence is often thrown around as this magical thing that makes people attractive, but what does that actually mean? Does it mean walking into a room demanding attention? Does it mean being the loudest person there? Absolutely not. Real confidence is quiet. It's not about proving yourself, it's about knowing yourself. And that kind of confidence, it's magnetic. Think about the last time you saw a younger woman who was conventionally beautiful, flawless skin, trendy clothes, perfectly styled hair, but the moment she spoke, she seemed unsure of herself, constantly seeking approval. Now, contrast that with a woman who carries herself with ease. She doesn't shrink. She doesn't apologize for taking up space. She moves with purpose, speaks with certainty, and doesn't second-guess her worth. Which one is more attractive? Here's the plot twist: confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. And you, my dear, have earned it. You've lived through heartbreak and joy. You've had people underestimate you, and you've proved them wrong. You've handled things that younger women haven't even encountered yet. And whether you realize it or not, that experience is written all over you. In the way you stand, the way you speak, the way you look someone in the eye without flinching. That's confidence. And confidence is sexy. But here's where people get it wrong. Some women believe that because their body has changed, their confidence should shrink. That because they have a few more wrinkles or their waist isn't what it used to be, they're somehow less worthy of admiration. Tell me, who taught you that? Who told you that your value is tied to the elasticity of your skin? Confidence isn't about youth. It's about presence. And presence is something that can't be taken away by a few gray hairs or laugh lines. So let me ask you, when you walk into a room, do you own it? Or do you hide? Because trust me, the world is noticing. Let's talk about something incredibly simple, yet undeniably powerful, your smile. You might think, really? A smile? That's what makes me attractive. And I get it. It sounds almost too basic. But here's where most people get it wrong. A smile isn't just about looking friendly. It's about energy. Think about the last time you were in a room full of people. Who stood out the most? Was it the person sitting quietly in the corner, looking uninterested? Or was it the person who smiled warmly, made eye contact, and radiated a kind of effortless charm? A genuine smile isn't just about moving the muscles in your face. It's about something much deeper. It tells the world, I am open. I am present. I am full of life. And that is irresistible. Now, let's address something controversial. Many women, especially as they age, start feeling self-conscious about their smiles. Maybe you've thought, I have laugh lines now. My teeth aren't as perfect as they used to be. But here's the plot twist, those laugh lines. Those little creases around your mouth. They are the most beautiful thing about you. They are proof that you've lived, loved, laughed. They are the map of your happiness, written on your skin. And yet, how many women try to erase them? Hide them? Hold back their smiles in photos? Tell me, would you rather have a smooth, expressionless face? Or would you rather have a face that tells a story, one of joy, of deep conversations, of unforgettable moments? Because I'll tell you what men and women alike find attractive. It's not a frozen, wrinkle-free face. It's not a perfect Hollywood smile. It's that real, warm, genuine expression that makes people feel safe, seen, and connected. So if you've ever felt hesitant about your smile, stop. Embrace it. Show it. Own it. Because nothing lights up a room, or a heart, like a woman who smiles without hesitation. Now, let's talk about something that society gets completely wrong, style and aging. Somewhere along the way, fashion magazines and influencers decided that after a certain age, women should tone it down. Play it safe. Dress in a way that doesn't attract too much attention. But let me ask you, why? Who decided that a woman over 50 should blend in? Who made the rule that elegance and boldness couldn't coexist? Here's the truth, style is not about age. It's about knowing yourself. When you were younger, you might have chased trends. Maybe you experimented with different looks, trying to figure out what worked for you. But now, you have something that younger women don't, clarity. You know what fits your body. You know what colors make your eyes stand out, what fabrics feel good on your skin, and what pieces make you feel like the best version of yourself. That kind of self-awareness. It's powerful. Think about the most striking women you've ever met. Were they the ones who dressed like everyone else? Or were they the ones who had their own signature style, whether it was a perfectly tailored jacket, a bold red lipstick, or the way they carried themselves like they belonged in any room? And before you think, "But I don't have the body I used to," let me stop you right there. Style has nothing to do with size. It has everything to do with confidence. You could put two women in the same dress, one who wears it with hesitation, tugging at the fabric, and another who wears it like it was made for her. Who do you think will turn heads? So if you've been playing it safe, if you've been holding back because you think you shouldn't wear certain things, stop. You don't need permission to dress how you want. Because true style doesn't ask for approval. It simply exists. And when you own yours, the world takes notice. Let's step away from the surface for a moment. Because while confidence, a radiant smile, and a great sense of style are all undeniably attractive, there's something even more powerful. Something that draws people in without them even realizing why. It's your warmth. Think about the people in your life that you feel most comfortable around. What is it about them that makes them special? Is it their flawless skin? Their perfect body? Or is it the way they make you feel, seen, heard, and valued? Here's something that younger women often struggle with: being truly present. In a world obsessed with appearances, many people are so busy trying to impress others that they forget the most magnetic quality of all: genuine connection. And that's where you have the advantage. By now, you've learned that the most meaningful relationships aren't built on looks, they're built on understanding, kindness, and emotional presence. When you speak, you listen. When you engage with someone, they feel like they matter. And whether you realize it or not, that energy is irresistible. But let's address something that might surprise you. Some women don't realize their warmth is a gift. Maybe you've always been the one others turn to for advice, the one who can comfort someone with just a few words, the one who makes people feel at home. But have you ever stopped to think that this is a part of your attractiveness? Because make no mistake, it is. In a world where people crave authenticity, warmth is rare. It's easy to find someone who looks good, but finding someone who makes you feel good, that's special. That's unforgettable. And that's why, without even trying, you draw people toward you. So if you've ever felt like you don't stand out, if you've ever wondered whether people even notice you anymore, trust me, they do. Not because of the way you look, but because of the way you make them feel. And that's a beauty that never fades. Warmth draws people in, but there's something that makes you truly unforgettable: your story. Think about it. Every wrinkle, every scar, every mark on your skin carries a piece of your journey. The late nights you stayed up comforting a loved one. The summers spent laughing under the sun. The lessons learned through heartbreak, joy, struggle, and triumph. Yet, society tells us to erase these signs. To cover up. To chase youth as if our value disappears with time. But let me ask you, why would you want to erase the evidence of a life well lived? There's a reason why younger women often envy older women, even if they won't admit it. They're still searching for meaning, for purpose, for confidence. They're still trying to prove themselves, to figure out who they are. But you've already walked that path. And whether you realize it or not, that certainty is captivating. Now, Here's where some women get it wrong. They believe that aging gracefully means aging invisibly. That they should shrink into the background, avoid attention, and make themselves smaller. Let me be clear, your presence is not something to apologize for. Your years have given you wisdom, resilience, and a sense of self that number 20-year-old can fake. And trust me, people notice. So the next time you catch your reflection and see lines where your skin was once smooth, don't see them as flaws. See them for what they truly are, proof of a life that has been fully, beautifully, and unapologetically lived. Because at the end of the day, beauty isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity. And a woman who embraces her story, who carries her past with pride instead of shame. She doesn't just walk into a room. She owns it. And the world can't help but take notice. By now, you might be realizing that beauty isn't just about what you see in the mirror. It's not just about confidence, warmth, or even the story you carry. It's about something bigger. It's about your aura. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've felt it before. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed people looking at you, not because of what you're wearing, not because of your makeup, but because there's something about you that they can't quite explain? That's magnetism. And it has nothing to do with age. Younger women may have fresh faces and flawless skin, but what they often lack is presence. That rare ability to make people stop, lean in, and feel your energy before you even say a word. And here's the plot twist, you might not even realize you have it. Magnetic women aren't the ones constantly seeking attention. They aren't the ones trying too hard to be noticed. Their energy is subtle but powerful, a mix of confidence, wisdom, and mystery that naturally draws people toward them. Think about the most captivating people you've ever met. Were they loud? Flashy? Desperate for approval? Or were they the ones who carried themselves with quiet certainty, with an ease that made others feel instantly comfortable around them? That's what makes you stand out. But here's the problem, most women don't see this in themselves. You might think, why would anyone be drawn to me? I don't stand out anymore. But trust me, you do. The way you move, the way you listen, the way you make people feel when they're around you, it all creates an unspoken presence that lingers long after you've left the room. So the next time you think you've become invisible, remember this, people notice you. They feel you. They remember you. Because a truly magnetic woman, she doesn't need to demand attention. She simply attracts it. A magnetic aura is something you carry without even trying, but there's one part of your appearance that speaks volumes about you before you even say a word, your hair. Think about it. Hair is deeply personal. It's a reflection of your style, your personality, and in many ways, the confidence you have in yourself. But here's the controversial question, does hair really define attractiveness? For years, women have been told that long, youthful, and perfectly styled hair is the standard of beauty. That letting their hair turn gray or choosing a shorter cut means they're giving up. But let's be honest, isn't the real power in owning your look, no matter what it is? A woman who confidently embraces her natural silver strands, or one who chooses a sharp, modern cut, she isn't following trends. She's setting them. And that's what makes her irresistible. There's a reason why more and more women are letting go of the pressure to constantly dye their hair, why silver and white strands are now being called wisdom highlights instead of something to hide. Because when a woman chooses how she wants to wear her hair, whether it's cropped, flowing, gray, or bold with color, she's telling the world that she decides what beauty looks like for her. And that kind of confidence, it's stunning. Because let's face it, hair isn't just about age. It's about personality. A sleek bob, sharp and sophisticated, flowing gray waves, bold and effortless. A signature style that you wear without hesitation. Unforgettable. The point is, your hair is yours to define. Not society's. Not outdated beauty standards. Yours. So whether you've embraced your natural color, kept your signature look, or switched things up entirely, own it. Because a woman who knows exactly who she is doesn't need to justify her choices. And trust me, people notice. Your hair, your style, your presence, they all make a statement. But here's the real question. When someone compliments you, how do you respond? Be honest. When someone says, "You look beautiful today," do you smile and say, "Thank you," or do you immediately brush it off? Do you say things like, "Oh, this old thing," or "I don't really look that great"? If you do, you're not alone. Women, especially as we get older, have been conditioned to downplay our beauty. We're taught to be humble, to avoid seeming vain, to shift the attention away from ourselves. But let me ask you, why? Why is it so hard to accept the truth when someone sees something wonderful in us? Because here's the reality, they mean it. People don't hand out compliments for no reason. When someone says you look stunning, or that your energy lights up a room, they're telling you what they see. They're reflecting back the beauty that you might have forgotten about yourself. But here's the plot twist. The more you reject compliments, the more you teach yourself to believe you don't deserve them. And that needs to stop. Think about it. When you give someone a heartfelt compliment, would you want them to push it away? No. You'd want them to own it. So the next time someone tells you that you look beautiful, that your style is elegant, that your presence is radiant, believe them. Smile, hold your head high, and say two simple words, "Thank you." Not, "Oh, I don't know," not, "You're just being nice." Just, "Thank you." Because confidence isn't just about how you carry yourself. It's also about knowing your worth. And if the world can see your beauty, isn't it time you did too? Accepting compliments is one thing, but do you know what makes you truly unforgettable? Your ability to laugh. Think about the people you enjoy being around the most. Are they the ones who take everything too seriously? Or are they the ones who can find joy in the little moments, who can laugh, especially at themselves? Here's something most women don't realize. A good sense of humor isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. And yet, somewhere along the way, we were taught that aging means becoming more refined, more serious, more predictable. But let me ask you, who made that rule? Why should getting older mean losing your sense of fun? Because here's the truth, laughter is one of the most powerful anti-aging secrets on the planet. It softens you. It makes you glow. It reminds the world, and yourself, that life is meant to be enjoyed, not just endured. Now, let's take it a step further. A woman who can laugh at herself. She's unstoppable. Why? Because she's not afraid of looking imperfect. She doesn't obsess over what people think. She knows that confidence isn't about being flawless, it's about owning who you are, quirks and all. That kind of energy. It's rare. And here's where the plot twist comes in. You might think that younger women have the advantage because of their looks. But let me tell you, What they lack is the depth that comes with time. A woman who has lived, who has stories, who can tell a joke and laugh at life's unpredictability. She's far more captivating than someone who's just learning to navigate the world. So don't hold back. Don't be afraid to laugh loudly, to enjoy yourself, to let your humor shine. Because a woman who embraces joy, she doesn't just light up a room, she changes the entire atmosphere. And trust me, people notice. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. But let's be real, they're also the mirrors of your life. Your eyes have seen love, loss, laughter, and everything in between. They hold the weight of your experiences, the lessons you've learned, the people you've loved. And whether you realize it or not, that depth is captivating. Think about the difference between a young woman's eyes and yours. A younger woman may have bright, fresh eyes, but they lack the wisdom, the understanding, the quiet strength that comes with time. Your eyes? They tell a story. And here's the thing most women don't realize, people are drawn to that. Have you ever noticed someone staring at you just a little longer than expected? It's not because of makeup or perfect lashes. It's because your eyes say something without you even speaking. They hold an unspoken energy, one that people can feel. But let's address something controversial. Many women avoid eye contact as they age. They assume they're no longer the most interesting person in the room, so they look away, let their gaze drop, blend into the background. But here's the plot twist, that couldn't be further from the truth. Confidence isn't just about standing tall. It's in your eyes. A woman who holds someone's gaze with certainty, who isn't afraid to be seen. She's unforgettable. Because when someone looks into your eyes and sees experience, kindness, intelligence, and a spark of mischief, that's what makes you truly beautiful. So stop looking away. Stop underestimating what people see when they look at you. Because your eyes, they don't just reflect your past. They pull people in. And when you truly own that power, trust me, the world notices. Your eyes tell a story, but do you know what makes that story truly powerful? Authenticity. In a world obsessed with filters, perfection, and impossible beauty standards, being real is the most attractive quality you can have. And here's the truth, most people don't have it. They hide behind trends. They try to be what society expects. They chase approval, constantly molding themselves to fit into a version of beauty that isn't even real. But you've outgrown that. You've lived enough to know that pretending is exhausting. That confidence isn't about trying to be perfect, it's about being unapologetically yourself. And here's where most women go wrong. They assume that as they get older, they need to tone it down, speak softer, take up less space, become age-appropriate. But let me ask you, why should you shrink when you've spent decades growing? The most captivating women in the world aren't the ones trying to be something they're not. They're the ones who have stopped asking for permission. They wear what they love. They speak their minds. They embrace every wrinkle, every laugh line, every part of themselves with pride. And that kind of self-assurance is rare. Younger women spend years trying to figure out who they are. They experiment, they make mistakes, they seek validation. But you already know. And trust me, that certainty, that presence, that refusal to be anything but yourself, it's magnetic. So stop questioning if you need to adjust yourself for the world. The world should be adjusting to you. Because a woman who is truly herself, without apology, without hesitation, she doesn't just exist. She commands attention. Authenticity is powerful, but do you know what's even more attractive? The way you inspire others, without even realizing it. Because here's the truth, you are being watched. Not in a creepy way, but in a way that matters. Younger women see you and wonder, how does she carry herself with such confidence? Friends and family look up to you, even if they don't say it out loud. Strangers notice the way you handle yourself, the way you move, speak, and exist with a kind of quiet certainty. And whether you believe it or not, you are setting an example. But here's where most women get it wrong. They assume that once they hit a certain age, they're no longer influential. That the world only values youth, that their presence is fading into the background. That is a lie. In reality, the world needs more women. Like you. Women who have lived. Women who have wisdom, grace, and fire all at the same time. Think about it. The people you admire most, are they the ones who lived cautiously, who dimmed their light as they got older? Or are they the ones who kept going, kept evolving, kept owning who they were, regardless of what anyone else thought? That's the difference between existing and truly living. So the next time you question your relevance, the next time you think, do I still matter? Remind yourself of this, you are proof that beauty doesn't fade. It transforms. And your confidence, your presence, your refusal to shrink, it's inspiring someone right now. Even if you don't see it. Even if they never tell you. So own it. Walk with purpose. Speak with certainty. Live like the world is still watching, because trust me, it is. And that makes you truly unforgettable. You've made it this far, and now you know the truth. Your confidence, your smile, your style, your warmth, the way your eyes tell a story, the way you move, laugh, and carry yourself without apology. These are the things that make you truly beautiful. And here's the plot twist, you were never invisible. Society might try to convince you that beauty belongs to the young, that after a certain age, you should fade into the background. But now, you know better. You've always been seen. You've always been admired. Maybe you just needed a reminder. But knowing this isn't enough. Because the real question now is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue to downplay yourself, to let outdated beauty standards dictate how you feel? Or will you finally own what has been true all along, that you are stunning, radiant, and completely unforgettable? The next time you catch your reflection, don't look for flaws. Look for evidence. Evidence that you are strong, that you are magnetic, that you are a woman who has lived and loved and laughed in ways that no one else ever could. And if you've ever doubted your beauty before, let this be the moment that changes everything. Because the truth is, beauty was never about age. It was never about perfection. It was always about presence. And you, my dear, have always had it. Now, it's time to own it. If this message resonated with you, if you recognized even a single part of yourself in these words, then let it be known. Speak it, share it, embrace it. Because somewhere out there, another woman is doubting herself just like you once did, and she deserves to hear this too. If you're ready to step into this truth, to carry yourself with the confidence you've earned, then don't let this be the last time you remind yourself of it. The world sees you. The world admires you. The only thing left is for you to see it too.